Welcome back to the show. I'm Falen.
I'm Colt.
What?
Sup, dude?
We're getting better at remembering to actually introduce ourselves, so...
Yeah, it was embarrassing the first week. It was like we didn't even do anything. We did like 7 podcasts without even saying our name.
Collectively, we've done radio for, many, many years.
Yeah.
The number, more important than even your content, they're like, make sure you get that name out there. Not our name, like the station name. So why would we forget the most important thing we've pretty much ever been taught?
I never said I was good at this, to be fair.
That is true.
I literally said, are you sure? And you were like, yeah. So I'm going to put this on you. Some way I'm not accountable in this situation. In any situation, as it turns out. I discovered that with getting to know you. Yeah, I can reverse it.
Can I tell you the fact that you are a 30-year-old man and you still... Oh, sorry.
Where's this going?
And you still ask questions you should have learned better than to ask. Cole asked me last week, and he did it in the most immature possible way.
Okay, there's so many scenarios because I think I say a lot of things. So
you do.
I don't even know what
you're referring to. Would you argue you say a lot without saying anything?
I say a lot without, yes, but also I say a lot without saying things, or with saying things I shouldn't say.
Yeah. So he, out of nowhere, is like, do you have a visitor this week?
Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
I'm so confused. I'm like a family friend standing there. They're like, no.
You could consider like a distant cousin.
But I was like, what are you talking about? And then you did the weirdest backpedal of being like, oh, my wife said she's on her, period.
Yeah.
And so it took me a second, and I go, wait a minute. So were you just asking if I'm on my period by saying, do you have a visitor this week?
I was.
But
okay, because it was adding up in my head.
Okay, go ahead. I'd love to hear what was going through your head.
It's like, Fallon's been kind of emotional lately.
Oh, man. This is what I'm talking about. You should know better.
No, I know my wife and you are, synced up.
We are.
And my wife's been kind of unhinged at home. She's been just like, all right. I don't know.
Hasn't she been sick?
Yeah,
I feel like
she's had the fever, or she's had the flu, and then also I know I got verification. She hit me up. She was like, I'm PMSing. Only thing is, I forgot you PMS before the period.
Yeah, so then you were like, never mind. Because I go, no, that wouldn't make sense for her to be on yet because it's not the new month yet. And then you were like, oh, sorry, yeah, PMSing. Are you PMSing? And I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, I know you're synced up. So I was like, I got the double whammy.
You can't ask, though. You could assume. You could talk about it behind my back.
The 2 women I see the most in my life.
Synced up. It's not good for you.
I was sinking.
So I'm driving home. I tell my husband, Jake, this. He starts dying laughing. He was like, oh, I 1,000% knew you were PMSing this week. And I go, what? He goes, he's like, I always know. I go, what do you mean? Because because I'm emotional. He goes, oh, no, you have a very specific tell.
Oh, God.
We've been together for years. He has never told me this. And I go, what is...
Like a poker player?
He knows. He knows if I'm bluffing. So I go, what is it? And he said that I call him after work. And he said it doesn't matter what he says. It could be anything. I sound so annoyed with every single thing he says.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, but you won't get off the phone. So it's not like you're so annoyed we'll end this conversation. You just sit there silently.
Yeah.
And then you get annoyed when I try to talk.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's what I said. I go, yeah, that sounds actually like that would track. But I didn't know I did that. It makes sense that I do. Because it is bizarre. I for the most part, am very into Jake. There's like a dusty thing that just fell in your hair. It was circling your face.
I'm trying to whip it away.
I saw.
It's just coming down.
It's in your hair now.
Oh, whatever. I'll just stood up a little bit.
There it is. Oh, it's back out. Do you see it? Do you see it? Oh, it's flying. No, it's in the air.
I got it. Yay.
Magic. No. Don't blow in my eye.
Get it over to you.
Isn't it amazing when you get a hair out of your eye that's been there all day and you feel it, you slowly pull it out? Oh my God. Or a hair down your butt crack. You have short hair. You probably don't experience that thrill of pulling a hair out of your crack.
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
I could imagine it. We could test it out.
But I will say this. I usually am not annoyed by Jake's existence. I don't know why at this point in my life as an adult woman, I don't realize why am I being overly emotional this week and why is it everything Jake says annoys me. That should be a very obvious, I'm probably PMSing.
Probably. Yeah. And it's on you for not realizing that. And I think you owe him an apology.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Can't help who I am as a woman. I can't help.
I do think.
Yeah. I think you owe me an apology for asking if I have a visitor in town.
I was just trying to figure out how to interact with you in certain situations. Because you can't hang up the phone. Like Jake, the phone call lasts 20 minutes, but for me, it's like
4 hours.
I'm just kidding. But no, I think, would you rather, I think I would rather have it just boom, 2 women, same cycle at the same time, then spread out. Like, I just get over Jen's cycle, and then I start. And then boom, you hit it.
Yeah, so you're lucky.
It's like hell week versus hell 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Well, eventually, you're going to have 3 women in your house.
Well, I'm very sympathetic, too, so I think...
Are you?
Clearly.
Because I don't know that you're allowed to say that about yourself when you are, like, diagnosing me. I don't think you were being rude or unsympathetic to me in that.
I have sympathy PMS.
Oh,
so
that's
when you're
what you
PMSing,
meant. You're PMSing.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, is it the moon or
so you're making
Falen?
It about you?
Yeah, is it Falen's time of the month? Because if it's Falen's, then I'm also going through stuff.
You laid some stuff out on me last week too.
Yeah,
we're allowed to both go through stuff. It's not just for women.
Is there a male version of PMS? Does Jake have
when guys get colds, I think, because they always say that guys are the biggest babies with colds. Jake doesn't believe in sickness.
Good move.
This is one of his alpha male tendencies that he could be on the couch sniffling, hacking, fever, and he'll be like, don't believe in it.
I don't have it.
He doesn't get sick very often, though. I'll give him that.
Well, that's good.
The only thing I've ever seen take Jake out, 3 things. For like 2 days after his vasectomy, when he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh.
And that was from skiing. And then when he gets only 2 times I've seen him get a migraine. But when he gets a migraine, he can't function at all. He has to go into the bedroom, sit in darkness.
And is that when you're like, I told you get sick? You
no.
tell me start yelling at him?
No, I actually.
You turn on the lights?
Because it's so rare.
I thought you don't get sick.
I would never. I feel so bad for him, actually. I would never.
Yeah, migraines suck.
I've never had one, knock on wood. I know some people get them a lot.
I used to get them all the time.
Yeah.
Jen thought I was doing drugs because I would get them all the time when I wore glasses, and it was like the overhead lighting of buildings for some reason. They wanted to make it seem like you're in like a prison or something.
Right.
So
That's their goal, yeah.
I would get home and I would just start throwing up. She thought I had like a drug, but she was like, "Are you using at
work?" Are you using?
Like, no. I had her over I'm like throwing up in the toilet, migraine. She's like, "You need to stop doing drugs." I'm like, "I don't do any." How about just, do you need saltine crackers?
So on top of you having the work, you can't think, you're getting sick. You also having to
Who's your plug? I'm like, I don't have one.
I told you to stop using the devil's dandruff.
Dude, I just have a migraine.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a lot. Okay, one time I did do a group activity where...
One time? You just remember the one time you ever did one?
I showed up to a gym and it was like I don't know, what do you call them? Like just like a circuit class?
Sure, yeah, maybe.
So I pull up and I was lagging so far behind that one of the assistant trainers just took me to the side and did push-ups and stuff with me because I was slowing down the class so much that everyone was like, dude, we gotta do something about this guy. He's giving us like a 30-second rest
for the circuit that you're at.
Yeah, it was like they couldn't keep their heart rate up because I could barely keep up. So they just took me to the side.
Remember that time you told me about you tried to do the ab fitness YouTube video with that guy?
Oh, the push-ups?
Or was it push-ups?
Yeah, it was a push-up workout. And the guy was just like, whoo. 8 minutes in, he's like, guys, I can't do it. And all the comments were like, yeah, you've been doing push-ups for 8 minutes straight. Nobody can do that.
So he's like taking a break but expecting you.
Yeah, he's like, you guys finish out the circuit. It's like, dude, we gave up at 2 minutes.
This is the worst class ever when even the instructor is
just like get up,
never mind.
All right, yeah, if you guys want to finish out this like 50, and then we'll do triangle push-ups next.
That's how it'd be if I was like a spin instructor. I like watch them and I'm like, are they going the same speed and cadence as me? How are they able to talk? Because I am gasping for air. If I was an instructor, I feel like I would just lightly be moving my feet and be like, but I would, yell. People like, push up that resistance. Let's get that cadence up.
Yeah, is there anybody? Because they're all like usually
very fit.
Well, no, they're all like, they're fit, but they're also nice. Like, is there a class out there where someone's just like, you're worthless? Ignore your dreams to come true because you give up.
Why would you want that?
You lack potential.
Why would you want it?
Just to like, I don't know, some deeper motivation instead of like uplifting Walmart music where someone's like, all right, class, you got this. 20 more seconds. Woohoo.
I like a positive reinforcement. Thank you. Most people do. Most people don't like to be beaten down.
Yeah. Maybe it's just me.
An old trainer I had, he'll post like health and fitness stuff all the time, and it made me laugh yesterday. He posted a box of sliced beef from Costco, and he's like, for all the lazy people out there, this is a good one. And I was like, we could have re-angled that. We could have said for all the busy people out there, this is a good alternative. But he said for all the lazy people. And it made me laugh because Jake and I had just eaten that exact Costco beef like 2 days ago. I was like, there is a level of laziness. But I also, like, he doesn't have kids. And sometimes, like, by the time Jake is done with work, gets our kid, I get home, you're tired, and sometimes it's going to be like a Trader Joe's. We're heating up their frozen noodles and throwing in some like pre-cooked meat on top of it that you just heat up.
I don't listen to anybody who doesn't have kids or isn't active in their kid's life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those motivational people. It's like, dude, you're telling me to do this at 5 a.m., but you don't have children. So...
that's true. Some people, I will say, you have like Jake is a very good partner, so he makes it like, so he will take Olive so I can focus on something I want to do.
Right.
Or like yesterday, he wanted to go to the gym, so I took her to get a lunch or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a trade-off for sure. But yeah, you can't always have that. Like, when people are like, start your day at 4 a.m. and meditate, I'm like, I'd fall back asleep. Immediately, I'd back asleep. Also, I'm grasping at any little bit of sleep I can get. So I'm not gonna wake up at 4 a.m. But no, it's too exhausting. I can't do it, and maybe I'll never be successful because of it, I guess.
Yeah, or when you're I'd like to see who's the one guy, the Huberman guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him. Okay, check this out. What would he do in this scenario? Because he says what you should do if you're stressed out.
This is like one of those guy podcasts, right?
Yeah,
okay, I was gonna say this is not. No knock on him, but that's a podcast like my husband probably listens to. Okay.
So, yeah, I think he's really smart and he does a lot of like good things. But if he's like, all right, so if you're stressed out and you feel like snapping, you do this. You do one deep breath through your nose and then a second one, sneak a second sniff in there and then exhale through the mouth. Seems like a logical thing you could do in any situation until... you turn off the TV and your 3-year-old runs off the couch, jumps, and roundhouse kicks you in the face. And you're like immediately like, no treat today.
No treat today?
You don't get any chocolate.
I know for a fact you gave that kid chocolate still.
She had sprinkles. But like, and there's certain scenarios when you have kids where it's like, dude, my child just took a bucket from the bath and dumped it on the ground. I'm not going to breathe through my nose right now.
That's not going to solve this problem right now.
Yeah, it's just difficult. I think they don't have real life. They have real life situations that they can apply to, but it's just so different when you're like, your every ounce is like going towards this child.
And not like, and also the whole like gentle parenting. Like I'm not a gentle parenter. I walk a line of like trying to acknowledge their feelings and emotions, but also like, you're not going to talk to me like that.
Yeah, and I don't even know what is the gentle... I don't even know what it is because people always like say different things about it. Is it that like, hey, it's all right, buddy. You can hit me?
We have big emotions. I don't think I don't think they ever like, it's cool, buddy. You can hit me.
You can take my 401k.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's, hey, buddy, go ahead and punch me in the face.
You can pinch me.
Okay, what feelings are we feeling right now?
You want to bite? Here's my arm. Yeah, I don't know. You try to identify the emotion. Do I gentle parent you?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, I think you might gentle parent me.
Do I really? I'm trying to think.
Hold on. I've never hold on.
It's all right.
I've never kicked or punched or bitten you.
Yeah. I need to be yelled at.
I do have big emotions sometimes.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I don't yell at you.
It's all right, little buddy.
You can have emotions. I do get short-tempered sometimes.
Yeah, but I also know myself. I do know there was someone one time.
You can be difficult.
Yes, I can. And there was somebody who said one time they were in therapy, and they were like, "Oh, dude, so your dad spanked you? That's crazy. That's probably where." And the guy was like, "No, but I probably should have been spanked." Like, so I can see, like, dude, sometimes, are you sure with me? Yes. Mm-hmm. Do I deserve it? Yeah. Sometimes,
full circle. As it turns out, you don't. I just have a visitor that week.
Yeah, but I probably still deserve it, but it's just amplified.
It is amplified, yeah.
I can't handle him right now. Rah.
All right, well, that's it.
Cool.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Good talk. Bye.